Hi everyone, welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. My name is Rachel. Today we're doing a lower body yoga for flexibility practice. So find just a little bit of space to move. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and let's get started. So let's begin today in butterfly. So you can just bring the soles of your feet together, let your knees come out wide. Sitting up nice and tall here. So if you do want to lift the hips and sit on a block or on a cushion or anything like that, feel free to do so. If you feel like you're falling backwards a bit or just a lot on the hips to tip forward, just lift those hips slightly. And we're just going to take a few moments here. Let your eyes close. You can fold forward. You can stay sitting nice and tall. And just take a couple nice big breaths. Taking this time just to slow things down. Put any thoughts that are on your mind off to the side. Take another nice big breath in and out. Awesome, you guys. If you're folding forward, just use an inhale to lift your upper body. We're just going to extend our legs out nice and wide for a wide-legged straddle. So just being mindful that we've just started our practice today, so you don't have to drop your chest all the way to the floor right now. But instead, maybe rock side to side a little bit, or just think about finding a nice long spine. I want you to close your eyes though. That's the only thing. And maybe point your toes up towards the ceiling if you haven't already. And if it feels right, you can definitely add a forward fold. You want to stretch those inner legs. And all the while, continue to slow things down. The breath and the mind. Nicely done, you guys. If you are folding a little bit, so using an inhale, lift your upper body back up. Bringing your hands to the outside of your legs, helping your knees and your feet come back together. Give yourself just a little hug here, a little shake. And we're coming back into our butterfly. So the soles of the feet together, the knees out nice and wide. Same thing as before. You can stay sitting nice and tall. You can add a forward fold. Just breathe. Awesome job, you guys. Using an inhale to lift yourself up if you're folding forwards. Hands to your knees, helping them come back together. Give yourself a little rock, a little shake side to side. Let's extend our right leg out nice and long. And then we're going to cross the left leg over top. So think about stacking your knees on top of one another, crossing those legs, squeezing those inner thighs together a little bit. And you can keep your bottom leg out long. We're gonna add a little tip forwards here. So if you keep your bottom leg out long, you're gonna get a nice hamstring stretch, as well as perhaps a glute stretch on that top left leg. And if you wanna skip the hamstring stretch and deepen the glute stretch, you can bend your bottom leg in if it's available to you, but still thinking about stacking the knees one on top of the other. Nice job, you guys. Cow face pose. So taking an inhale wherever you are at. Lengthen your spine. Maybe you're staying here. Maybe you're adding a forward fold to this. Feeling a whole lot of love through that left glute. So those of you that are a little bit more, those of you that can't feel that glute, you might need to just kind of wiggle around a little bit. Move the chest, the upper body, even the hips could wiggle around till you find that sweet spot where you get that awesome stretch. And you might even feel it move into your bottom leg as well. Nicely done, you guys. If you're folding, use that inhale to lift your upper body back up. If your bottom leg is bent in, I want you to straighten it out long. And let's take that left foot and place it on the inner thigh. Using an inhale, lengthen, sitting tall. Once again, you can stay here or you can add a forward fold. Nicely done, you guys. Using an inhale to lift your upper body back up. If you're folding, just bring your hands to the floor beside you. I want you to bring your legs in. You can give yourself a little hug, a little shake side to side. Before we switch to our other legs though, I want you to cross your ankles and come onto your knees. Tuck your toes under. Tuck those toes under. Don't forget about that baby toe. Sometimes it needs a little help finding some length. And then you can keep your hands on the mat, sending your hips back towards your heels, or you can sit on your heels, resting your hands maybe in your lap. A nice toe squat. Just feeling this all through the feet, maybe even to the ankles, maybe even into the calves. Just slow it down. Nicely done, you guys. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, bring your hands to the floor. Take the weight out of those toes. Give them a little love tap, a little shake side to side. And then crossing your ankles, sit on down. We'll bring our left leg out long, crossing the right leg over top. Trying to stack those knees over top of one another. Option to bend that bottom leg in. Stacking those knees, wiggle around, find where you need to be to feel this glute stretch. Using an inhale, lengthen, and an exhale to tip forwards. And just remember you can always move around a little bit if you want a little more or even a little less. Nice job, you guys. Using an inhale, let's start to come back up. Send that left leg out, uncross, and the right foot is going to find that inner thigh. Using an inhale to sit tall, and an exhale to fold if you want to fold. Nicely done, you guys. Using an inhale, let's start to lift back up nice and slow. We're going to be coming onto our knees again for another ankle stretch. So this time, keep the top of your feet down on the mat, sitting back on the heels. If you're able, you can always take some weight into the hands, or if you really want to go for it, you're going to start to lean back. So maybe bring your hands behind you for some support. And we just want to think about lifting the knees off the mat a little bit to stretch the top of the ankles, the top of the feet, maybe even up into the shins. And you can have support behind you, fingers to the floor, or you can work on your balance. And maybe bring your hands together in front of your heart or just to your lap. And just lifting the knees as much as you need to feel the stretch. Awesome job, you guys. Letting the knees gently come back down to the floor. That felt pretty good. And if you want to shake it out a little bit, shake it out a little bit. Nice job, you guys. All right, I want to bring the right foot forwards now. Let's set up a lunge, sinking your hips forwards. Untuck those back toes so you're on the top of that foot. Sink into those hips here, finding that left hip flexor. Nice and balanced. Maybe doing a little rock side to side just to find that left hip. Nice job, you guys. And then we're just going to kind of send the hips back just a little bit, not quite into a half split, but maybe just for a second. And then our hips are coming back forwards. Sink those hips forwards. Awesome, you guys. Take another inhale here in the lunge. And then as you exhale, gently send the hips back. Maybe straighten that front leg all the way, a little half split, and then inhale back. Find that lunge again. Awesome job, you guys. Just here for another moment or so. If you do want to lift up the chest, maybe even lift that left arm. And then let's all exhale. Drop it back down. Plant your hands. Slide your right knee back in. Taking your hips for a little rock side to side. And then our left foot is going to come forwards. Setting up that lunge on the other side. We can keep our hands down on the mat for those first few moments. Awesome, you guys. Find that right hip flexor. And let's stay for an inhale. And an exhale. Gently send the hips back. Release that hip. Maybe a little half split for that left leg. And then inhale back. Sending those hips forwards. Finding your breath. Awesome. One more inhale. And then exhale to send the hips back. Nice job, you guys. Inhale back into the lunge. Last one here. Few more breath. If you do want to lift the chest for a little extra. Maybe inhale the right arm up. And then exhale as you let it go. Everyone bring your hands to the mat. Let's send that left knee all the way back. Tabletop. Option to give those hips a little rock from side to side. And you can start to slide your knees out nice and wide. Bringing the hips back towards the heels. Lowering it down into child's pose. Nice job, you guys. Using an inhale, start to lift your forehead back up. Just walk your hands in. We're going to cross our ankles. I want you to bring your legs out in front, making that butterfly diamond shape with the legs. You can stay seated, maybe even folding forwards, or you can lay down. I'm going to lay down. Supta Baddha Konasana. Lay on down. Knees out wide, feet together. So allowing yourself to close your eyes. Continuing to feel the breath. And if you would like to spend your Shavasana just as you are, feel free to stay. Or if you want to move into a different position, you can do so now. And as always, I encourage you guys to stay here for as long as you have time for today. Finding stillness. And whatever happens after, I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. And until next time, namaste.